Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail, and we are actually in Greyabbey, and I'd like to show you a wee billboard here. As you can see, it says Greyabbey, and it gives you a wee bit of information there, and there's a good wee picture, wee drawing there of the abbey, and you can see the abbey there. But I will talk about the abbey shortly, but what we're actually going to do now is we're actually heading for the grave of a United Irishman who is actually the Reverend James Porter, because Porter is actually buried here. And Porter was a Presbyterian minister, and he was hung for his alleged involvement in the 1798 rebellion, and he was actually hung outside his church, at the front of his church. And so he was actually hung on the 2nd of July 1798 outside his own meeting house, and he had been found guilty on the evidence of an informer. And Porter's distraught wife, she tried to persuade Lord Londonderry to intervene on his behalf, but she was unsuccessful, and an ugly tradition persisted that his lordship's refusal to help was because Porter had lampooned him actually in articles that he had contributed to the Northern Star, which was a newspaper of the Society of the United Irishmen, because of he was actually attacking landlordism in Ulster, and so it's believed that that's why Lord Londonderry refused to help. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But the Reverend Porter is actually buried in this old graveyard, and he's buried beside the abbey, and so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to make our way to his grave. Hello, sir. How you doing? And
I'm doing well.
What's your first name?
My name's Derek.
Derek, it's nice to meet you, Derek. I'm Mark from the Church History Trail. And what do we have here then?
Well, this is a famous grave of the Reverend Porter, who it was alleged he was sympathetic to the United Irishmen in 1798, and he was hung actually within sight of an old church. It was a wooden structure here.
Is that the church that was on the Porter's church there on the main at the roundabout?
No, here. This one here.
Oh, so it was actually here, was it?
It was here. It was an old the website on this particular church will go into greater detail, but he was hung within sight of the church, and I believe it was a wooden structure.
Right.
And
so you don't know exactly where that church was then, do you?
Somewhere on this site here.
Is that right?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware.
Right.
But yet again, it's something that has mystified me as I've got older, that you're not actually taught local history in school.
I know.
So you're left a bit bewildered. Who was Betsy Gray? Who was Reverend Porter? And others, I believe there was something like 6 or so prominent Presbyterian ministers who were hung because of wanting to better the life of the ordinary people, the tenant farmers who were living in really terrible conditions. And it's hard to imagine life back then.
Well, I know of two now, Reverend James Porter and also the Reverend Archibald Warwick. He's actually buried in Newtownards and Movilla Cemetery.
Yeah.
So that's at least 2 anyway, ministers of the Presbyterian Church.
Yep.
And so which one, this is the grave here then, is it?
This is the grave here. The inscription's a bit dulled now. That's maybe something for somebody to get it refurbished.
Yes.
Because it's something to remember,
And it says, sacred to the memory of the Reverend James Porter, dissenting minister,
yes,
of Greyabbey, who departed this life July 2nd, 1798, aged 45 years, and also his wife, Anne Porter, late of Knock, is it?
Yeah.
Who died 1823, is it? I think it is. Aged 70 years.
70 years.
And also, what's it? And also Eliza Porter. That was 8.
Child.
That must have been their child then. So,
It is history. I know it's a troubled past that we have, but it's certainly something that I feel we should be aware of.
oh, absolutely, yeah.
Good or bad, history's the history.
History's history.
Yeah.
And also, it's said that if if the modern generation doesn't learn the mistakes of the past, then they're actually more likely to repeat those mistakes.
That's right, that's very true.
Well, thanks very much for your time today, and also for talking to us about the Reverend James Porter. And I'm going to do a wee video next on the Abbey. And so if you like the channel, then please like and subscribe. God bless.